The pineal gland's connection to all of what herbs/substances induce neurodegeneration? Propylene glycol kills brain cells and causes neurodegeneration, 5, and brain fog over time, and it is often put in legal THC products hemp-derived, synthetic. Here is proof that what I am saying is true. Here's a screenshot from Carolindica's website before they started hiding it, on how they put this brain poison in their products. Here's that Carolindica page proving PG in the product on the Internet Archives for further proof. Those products are not wholesome hemp, they're synthetic and made with chemicals. Don't be fooled. Rid your brain of heavy metals. The socialists are using heavy metals and many other common covert poisons to attack your mind. I contacted the American Dental Association and they confirmed that the amalgam fillings contain mercury. Cannabis can also absorb heavy metals in the soil that it's grown in, so one must beware of this. 32. Make use of cilantro. You can combine cilantro with your decarbed cannabis trim, or any other herb, in a tincture. Heavy metal fact. Many academic sources confirm that heavy metals increase the development of cognitive dysfunction. 18, 19, 20, 21. Cilantro removes heavy metals from the body, as many academic sources confirm this fact. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Here is a full blog I wrote on cilantro and heavy metal removal, with full-on academic sourcing. Cilantro amalgam illness, pineal gland. What herbs/mushrooms stimulate neuroplasticity? Ginkgo biloba, 6, Bacopa monnieri, Brahmi, 7, ginseng wink with a frown 8, psilocybin mushrooms wink with a frown 3. This is most likely why they are illegal, as I have illustrated time and time again throughout the depths of this website, that Big Pharma pushes politicians to ban certain ethnobotanicals on the grounds that they want to make a pharmaceutical out of it, or because it is too miraculously healthy for their liking. If you click the question mark at the end of that last statement, it will take you to a blog I wrote where I cite CNBC on how Big Pharma is making a kratom-derived pill. Here's one more news story that also illustrates what is going on with ethnobotanicals, and how they take away the ethnobotanical and then turn it into a pill so they can have power over you. https://www.ucsf.edu. Ibogaine inspires new pharma drugs. Ibogaine is produced by the iboga plant, and Bouncing Bear Botanicals was the last supplier to sell iboga before they were robbed by criminals in the government pretending to be authority figures. On that note, I also want to point out the fact that there are sketchy jits out there selling fake magic mushroom products, and they're not real magic mushrooms, psilocybin, rather they are a poisonous neurotoxic variety called Amanita muscaria. I expose them on here too. You can still legally buy iboga seeds from Africa or a shop in the EU called gardenshayman.eu that ships to the USA. Authorities who are in occult gangs like the Freemasons, Nazis, and Satanic Temple will pretend like it's illegal for outsiders, but the plant, seeds, and bark are not illegal, in the same way that Morning Glory seeds sold by Walmart produce and contain a controlled substance, LSA, however they're not illegal. Walmart also sells a book called Peyote and Other Psychoactive Cactus, that gives detailed instructions on how to break the law and illegally freebase mescaline. They also sell mescaline-producing cactus. I'm illustrating supremacy and favoritism. Bible verses in reference to manna, Deuteronomy 32 verses 1-4, King James Version 32. Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. 2 My doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass. 3 Because I will publish the name of the Lord, ascribe ye greatness unto our God. For he is the rock, his work is perfect, for all his ways are judgment, a God of truth and without iniquity, just and right is he. See also Revelation 1 verse 15. And his, God's, voice was as the sound of many waters. Combine that with the story of the great flood, and the many other I am moments depicted in Scripture, and we can see its meaning. Also my speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass. Remember bread from heaven? Picked after the dew had settled? And the little book in Revelation 10, John eats the book, smiley face, #Bible study. More Bible verses on manna. Sad face. The book, Exodus 16, Numbers 11, Deuteronomy 8, Here's an Angelfire blog I wrote on Mana that's loaded with Bible verses, if you want to read more. Psilocybin occult warning. Based on my own personal experiences in the past, everything that I learned while working with Bouncing Bear Botanicals, and what I learned about the occult, indigenous cultures, and their religions, I believe that psilocybin mushrooms are most likely the manna from the Bible, and that scopolamine-producing plants and other deadly deliriants, deadly hallucinogens, are the fruit of the tree of knowledge. It's my observation that psychedelics and hallucinogens are the polar opposites of one another, as psychedelics expand consciousness/awareness, manifest the mind/psyche/spirit, and induce neurogenesis and neuroplasticity, while deliriants diminish, confuse, and poison the soul, mind, and body. My beliefs, opinions, and the things I discuss make a lot of Christians angry because they digress from the established and policed official narrative of modern Christianity, but we live in America and I can believe whatever I want. My beliefs are evidence-based. I studied many religions before making my way to the Bible. A famous shamaness, a witch, named Maria Sabina attributed the psilocybin mushrooms, magic mushrooms, to being the source of what gave her magical powers. 9, 10, 11, 12, she believed that the mushrooms were the flesh of God, which is likely where the book titled Plants of the Gods came from, which was a book co-authored by famous academics including Hoffman, the LSD chemist who worked for Big Pharma. What ethnobotanicals stimulate neurogenesis? Ginkgo biloba, Bacopa monnieri, Brahmi, ginseng. Wink with a frown. I will cite sources on these soon. Interestingly, according to one academic source, psychedelic compounds such as phenethylamines, tryptamines, cannabinoids, and a variety of ever-growing chemical categories have emerged as therapeutic options for neuropsychiatric disorders, while numerous reports link their effects to increased adult neurogenesis. 4. A lot of these are illegal, and yet the research shows their miraculous pharmacological benefits on the brain. Plenty of legal, non-narcotic botanicals also offer the ability to induce neurogenesis. However, I'm merely defending natural medicine, in general, and the rights people have to utilize it without government interference. I'm against discrimination of all kinds. The phenethylamines mentioned above belong to mescaline-producing cactus, and the tryptamines are readily produced by insane numbers of legal plants, and finally cannabinoids can be found in Echinacea purpurea, non-psychoactive ones.